Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about the silly season really kicking off with new rumours that have popped up about certain riders. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video where the real rumours were starting to kick off, and now some rumours are really starting to gain momentum. But one of the rumours that I didn't talk about back then, because it didn't really seem to be on the charts, was about Alex Rins. Now, we all know when Rins joined LCR, he joined on works factory equipment. He would not take a satellite bike in a satellite team, if you know what I mean. He did want input from the factory on the latest spec equipment. And, to say it hasn't gone well would be a little bit of an understatement. Yes, he had the race win in Kota, but look, that was, in my view, an anomaly. He gets on well in the track there, and he rode an absolutely brilliant race. He's had a few nasty crashes, especially the one in Mugello where he broke his tib and fib. Recently had surgery again for the second time on it, and the prognosis realistically is he's going to be out for a couple of races at least. But the talk is that he could go to Yamaha to replace Franco Morbidelli, which I think is an interesting thing. I've always believed that Rins, his style would suit the Yamaha more so than Franco Morbidelli. He's really hang off the bike, use the corner speed and get going, but he's also not afraid to push the front end probably past where it would go. Now, this is all not guaranteed because, we don't know whether Franco Morbidelli will leave Yamaha. We know about his comments that he's made saying, does he want another year on Yamaha, and pushing reporters to go talk to Lynn about it rather than talk to him. But word on the street is that Morbidelli is leaving Yamaha and he is going to be placed in Gresini Ducati. Now, at first, this rumor came out was that this was at the request of Ducati, probably to keep the VR46 Academy guys sweet, especially as we all know that Ducati really want to get their paws on Marco Bezzecchi. But it's also come to light that Franco Morbidelli is not the only one that is in line for that Gresini Ducati seat. Tony Arbolino, who is battling with Pedro Acosta for the Moto 2 World Championship, is also a name thrown in there, which I find very, very interesting, especially if he does beat Pedro Acosta to the title. The other thing with Pedro Acosta, KTM have till tomorrow, Friday the 30th, to decide whether they are going to keep him or whether they're not going to keep him. Acosta says, I'm going to MotoGP. So there is definitely talks going on with some team and some manufacturer besides KTM. But I really genuinely think it's very interesting to find out with this silly season. An awful lot of teams, I think, are going to want to have everything or their ducks in a row by the time probably the race after Silverstone, if I'm honest, to make sure that they are ready to rock and roll and have everything prepared for 2024. I still believe that Pramac Ducati is the linchpin, as I mentioned before. I do think Jorge Martin is going to stay now with Pramac, and Zarco's seat, realistically, in my view, is down to his results in the next 2 to 3 races. They were supposed to have everything done and dusted before the end of Sachsenring. That's been pushed out a small bit, so I think it'll be interesting to see what happens there. If Zarco does get pushed out of Pramac, who is going to fill that spot? Could it be a Marquez? Could it be who? I don't know. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think of Rins possibly joining Yamaha? And what do you think of the silly season so far? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.